Hi, it's Samantha. Today I wanted to talk about something that's really, really important, and that's on a sense of belonging. It's something that, has greatly affected me for most of my life. I felt that I didn't belong anywhere. I felt very different, very outside the box, lost in a sense, like I couldn't find my space to fit in. And I spent so much of my life and so many years looking to see where I could fit. And in the process, I sacrificed my well-being and my integrity, which is an ultimate betrayal. Because what we do in that space, we leave ourselves behind. And it's so painful. Because it's like, at one level, we're so happy to finally fit somewhere, to finally belong. But are we being our true selves? In the process, we lose ourselves. We corrode our sense of self. We forget who we are in the mix of this because it becomes like a blend, a mix match. It's almost like a mash of who am I? And then we do things to keep up that face. We have to keep doing these things to keep fitting in. And that's sad. It's so sad. I found myself so many times saddened by the fact that I was lying. Honestly. Does that make me a bad person? No. Does that make you a bad person? No. It just makes us human. Wanting to fit in somewhere. Wanting to belong somewhere. Where all we need to really belong is to ourselves. And it is not selfish. It is not selfish. It is a selfless act founded in bravery to choose to belong to you. And in that space, we can begin to create and cultivate a relationship with self. And when we understand that we belong to ourselves, what we also do, without even realizing it, is also creating space for others to belong to themselves. That's the beauty of diversity. Diversity is gorgeous, gorgeous. And in that space, you get to be you, I get to be me, and that's freedom. We unite, but there's no bondage. There's no chains or links attached. I don't have to be anybody other than who I am to fit in. And I don't need to fit in. It's like, we're always saying we're trying to fit these round pegs in these square holes, or the other way around, I'm not sure how it goes. But we're not made to fit in. We're made to evolve and to grow. And there's space enough for all of us to live in that space. So, on this topic of belonging, what I really want to push home is that you belong to you. You don't need to fit in anywhere, because that's a miserable quest that you will never arrive. You will sacrifice your well-being. You will betray your integrity every damn time. Every time. And we don't deserve that. It's not even a way of living. We talk about authentic living and wanting to be real. Well, in order to be real, we have to show up as we are. And the only way that we can begin to show up as we are is if we allow ourselves to show up in our own lives for ourselves and realize that we don't belong to anybody. We are not property. People are not property. It's about valuing the essence and the aliveness of your signature aliveness, of who you are. And in that space, when you own that And you're able to stand in all of who you are and all of who you're not. Bit by bit, you create a sense of ease, because the hardest thing to do in this world is to be you. And why is that? Because being you means being different. I'm different, you're different, we're all different. That's why I say diversity is gorgeous. There's no one way to be. And that's why I say there's space for all of us. And if we allow our relationships to be based on that, and showing up as we are, who we are, we're opening the door to possibilities. We're deepening the conversations. We're creating a level of intimacy that connects. And even though we are, individual beings, we are all connected by the thread of life. All of us. And that thread can't be broken, even if we deny it's there or don't acknowledge it. So know that belonging to yourself, it's such a beautiful space to become aware of. You begin to empower yourself. And you empower others, because then they dare show up for themselves as they are, and you get to see the real person. And that's gorgeous. That is magnificent, to see somebody in their own light as they are. And when I say light, I also want to add that we have shadows and we have darkness, and you know what? That's all a part of it. It's not bad. It's not good. We're not going to quantify. No. But it's an invitation to share who we are. And when you have this sense of belonging to yourself, you no longer have this need to fit in anywhere. This idea of people pleasing and doing things for others, or I must do this, or I'm going to lose this. No. You must do nothing. I know that's bold, but that's integrity. And that's dignity as well. Because we can have these conversations with others and saying, no, I'm not showing up in this way. I'm not doing it that way. There's a difference between being afraid to show up, but there's also the idea of, I'm not going to show up in the way that somebody else thinks I should show up because it's what's best for X, Y, and Z. No, I'm lying to myself. You're not getting the real me. We're not getting the real person. And this is where we hurt. This is where there's a disconnect. Because we want to have intimate conversations. We want to have intimate connections. We want to have these beautiful moments where we can get together and be ourselves. And that's a sense of belonging that grows for all of us when we can be who we are, without filters, without, putting on masks. We're tired of it. I know I am. And it took me a long time. And I'm still learning. Because I still hold back, but with awareness. So I ask you today to ask yourself, have you yet welcomed yourself back home? And that you belong to you. And there is so much value in you. And you have so much to give to the world just by being you. That's beautiful and that's magnificent. And there's so much to be appreciated in that. And so with that, I send you all my love. Until next time.